This is a chart showing how men perceive women's attractiveness. Looks pretty normal.
Hey, let me repeat it.
This is a chart showing how men perceive women's attractiveness. Looks pretty normal. Men tend to perceive women's attractiveness
5 is too
on a
perfect.
standard bell
Nobody's
curve.
5, yeah.
On the scale of 1 to 5, the average is 2.83, with the most common rating being 3. 8% are above the 4 and 17% below a 2. All pretty normal. And here is how women perceive.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I had a feeling. I mean, you are saying attractiveness. Women are very, when it comes to attractiveness, like they're very detaily and they are attracted to certain, like it's very hard to please them in that sense. But also to like I have to say it out there, men don't have like the makeup and other ways to like not trick per se, but like change or altitude or enhance the way they are looking in certain stuff. Like maybe they have beautiful eyes, but they don't enhance them with makeup. So it's like they are very natural. So of course women are going to be more judgy and will have a reason to be more judgy, I guess, or reasoning per se.
Perceive men. Yeah. Doesn't look so good for men.
Nope.
Taking this at face value, only 1 in 6 men are above average in an absolute sense. And if we translate this plot to something more familiar, like IQ, then we have a world where women think 58% of men are brain damaged.
Are you kidding me? I am sorry, but I think I would have rated it differently. I think, please don't come after me. I think men on average are more smart than women in some things, in some sense, when it comes to something. Okay, so I don't understand how did they rate this. It's like the uglier you look, the dumber you are. Is that how they are rating it? Also, I don't like the word ugly, but you know what I mean.
When we dive a little deeper though, it becomes clear this isn't a men are too ugly to date thing. It's a men are too ugly to hook up with thing.
Ah, so this is the hookup culture. Of course they're gonna then look for someone who's attractive.
One of the biggest dating sites in the world. And this is Christian Rudder, the former CEO of the platform. In 2009,
the fact that I don't even know who
looking
that
to
guy
promote
is,
the platform,
I'm happy.
Rudder and his team began to release data from the site,
Why would they do
giving
that?
us an insight into what the dating market really looks like behind closed doors.
Okay.
In 2014, he released the book Dataclysm, summarizing much of the data revealed by the site. Within the book, Rudder displays the differences between how men and women view each other's attractiveness on the site. But when asked about it in an interview promoting the book and platform, this is what he had to say.
Tinder, those curves move even further apart. Match, they move closer together. The male curve barely moves.
What is
It's really the
male?
female curve that moves around. The men kind of have the same curve on all 3 sites, and it's the female curve that moves around.
When OkCupid was acquired by the Match Group in 2011, Rudder got access to the rest of the Match Group's biggest platform's data.
There's so many.
The 2 biggest of
I
which
only
at the
know about
time,
Tinder.
Match.com and Tinder, give us a lot of insight into what's really going on here. Although charts or data were never posted, we can estimate based on what Rudder said. This is an estimate of how women perceive men on Match.com. And this is an estimate of how women perceive men on Tinder.
Oh, so are you trying to tell me that Match is more like of a serious dating kind of thing and Tinder is more for hooking up? And that's why this is way different?
We can see that for women, as the dating site becomes more casual in nature,
Yeah,
the
okay.
standards climb.
Makes sense.
Although people like to push the narrative that women are delusional and have too high standards, the data seems to say the relatively high
Only they're
standards
just
are
hooking
only
up.
for casual intimacy.
Yeah, which actually makes sense. Like if it is casual intimacy, if it's just hooking up, why do they even like care about other things besides attractiveness? Or if you are like attracted to someone, having heat with someone, like what other data really matters, you know? And of course, I think that it is the most important then, the looks, how person looks would be the most important. But when it comes to actually matching, they would think about more things and they will maybe overlook some things when it comes to attractiveness in order to have like something else that they care about.
Which when you consider the additional risks women take on with
Yeah,
intimacy,
true.
the relatively high standards seem reasonable.
True.
Essentially, women are thinking, if I'm going to take the risk of a casual hookup, you better be attractive. The next question is
do
then,
men not think like that?
what makes someone attractive?
Ah,
To answer this question, I'd like to bring forward a
Interesting.
study
A lot
from
of things.
2016, looking at what women look for in a speed dating context. The study started by giving women a list of 6 traits and asking them to assign points to each trait.
let me see this. Physical attractiveness, of course. Ambition, do they really care that much? Maybe a bit. Intelligence, I don't think it really matters in a casual hookup. Mutual interest as well, unless it's in the bed. Sincerity, probably. Like, you would need to know how sincere he is, if he's like lying to you about things, that are important in the bed. And fun, hell yeah. So I think physical attractiveness, I think sincerity, fun would be important, but I genuinely don't understand intelligence and like mutual interest for a hookup. Why would that matter?
Based on how important it was to them. The average distribution of points the women provided looked like this. All attributes given near even value.
Well, intelligence
After
law.
completing the dates, the women were asked to assign the points to the men at the dating event. Then, which men they were going to see again. This is the chart displaying
Oh
the
my
actual
God.
distribution of what was seen as important by the women at the event.
You guys, if like, it's not only with women, I think it's a lot with men as well, but I just realized how superficial humans are. Like, we keep telling people, go out there, like, build yourself, whatever, but let's be honest, attractive people have it easy in life, and I hate it. I don't think myself being attractive, I didn't have it easy in life, but there are people who are like ultra attractive, and like, gosh, man, they have it really easy.
Physical attractiveness was by far the most important attribute, with the amount of positive responses and level of physical attractiveness having an astonishingly large correlation coefficient of 0.801. For comparison, the correlation coefficient between IQ and academic performance is 0.54. Think about that for a second. For those
I don't think I
wondering,
needed
online
math to
dating
understand
shows an
that.
even stronger correlation, with the data from OkCupid showing a 0.92 correlation coefficient between physical attractiveness and the perceived attractiveness of a profile. Confirming what a lot of men have recently begun to realize, physical attractiveness is just as important to women as it is for men. Women just don't admit it.
Yeah, true. They
Another
will not
thing I
admit
think most
it.
people aren't aware of is the effect of attractiveness is exponential. The 2011 study, What Makes People Click, Mate Preferences in Online Dating, looked at various traits to see what makes people attracted to each other. The study separated the 22,000 participants' facial attractiveness into deciles.
71 to 80% of people, 90%, 100. What? That's 100%? That is what is it. Honestly, I feel like even attractiveness and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, it's different. I don't agree.
With the top 10% getting separated into 2 groups, giving the top 5% their own group. To no one's surprise, the study found attractive people were significantly more likely to receive messages and match requests, but the distribution was eye-opening. We see a steady climb in matches and messages as participants get more attractive until we get to the top 5%. Miles above the rest, the top 5% of men dominate in online dating, seen as more than twice as desirable as a 90th percentile man. Data released from OkCupid touts similar, if not even more telling results, showing the exponential effects of physical attractiveness. Each percentile makes a bigger and bigger difference the closer you get to the top. I don't want the takeaway from this video to be that looks are the only thing that matter, because they're not. Another large contributor to a man's
I agree.
attractiveness is his social status. If we look again at the What Makes You Click study, we can see a large contributor to a man's perceived attractiveness is his occupation, irregardless of a man's individual income.
And that is something that differs completely when it comes to men. I don't think they really care about women's social standard. Like, they don't care how much she earns, what job she does. I mean, what job per se, as long as it is decent. But I feel like with women, they care more when it comes to this.
The industry he worked in had a large impact on if women attempted to match with him. This is a chart showing the attractiveness of different industries men in the study worked in, and my fuzzy best estimates of the average salary in those industries. As you can see, there's a correlation between the average salary in the industry and the attractiveness of it, but it's certainly not a one-to-one.
Yeah,
Industries
it's not
like computer engineering, science, government, politics, and financial accounting make a large amount of money, but don't give the men in them much of an attractiveness boost. Industries like firefighting, law enforcement, and military don't make a ton of
Firefighters,
money, but
interesting.
give the men in them large boosts in their attractiveness.
So what did we learn? A man in a suit. Any kind of suit. No, not any kind of suit. Actually, like a soldier, a firefighter, and like you can kind of see the muscles, peeking. I guess that's what they make them. What makes them
And
attractive.
over here, less attractive than being unemployed are service,
Or did he
hospitality,
even
and labor.
add it?
And
Oh,
up
yeah.
here, in the corner, the highest paid and most attractive career option for men, legal/attorney. Maybe your parents were right about considering law school.
What? I can't see. What? I mean, if we are talking about Daredevil, then I would understand it.
Something I've heard discussed a lot over the last few years
Maybe the way they
is how
speak.
men get better with age, while women only get less desirable.
That's
And
so
while the
sad.
former is true, the latter isn't. This is a chart showing the age at which men and women are most desirable to each other at every age. The thing that sticks out the most is that men's preferences don't really change as they age, always being the most interested in women 20 to 22. I think we all knew that.
Oh,
Something I don't think most men realize is that the prime demographic they're interested in, 20 to 22-year-old women, are most interested in 21 to 25-year-old guys. That's your peak, guys. It's not your early 30s. And it's certainly not 30.
karma! Instant regret. I love it. I love this. I love this. And I hope it never changes. Because these delusional men out there thinking now they have it all and now they can date a 20-year-old. Nuh-uh. Hear me out. Nuh-uh. It doesn't work like that. Not a lot of times.
8. It is worth noting that as a man, you'll receive the most attention from women in general between the ages of 25 to 30. This essentially means men have 2 primes. A first prime from the ages of 21 to 25, when prime women 20 to 23 are most attracted to you. And a second prime from ages 25 to 30, when you get the most attention from women overall. I think it's also worth pointing out that even women start wanting
That
to
women
date a
in
little
general
younger as
picture.
they get older. Dating truly is a younger man's game. And despite men seeming to age better in women's eyes than women do in men's eyes, Father Time continues to stay undefeated. Now, there's one more thing in the What Makes You Click study I want to show you. When reading through this study, I found this. The researchers concluded that both men and women's height preferences depend
No
on their
way.
own height.
Oh my god, we finally figured it out, guys. Height doesn't matter.
Basically, being shorter than a woman will on average make you be seen as significantly less attractive than a man of the
Shorter
same
than
height
that.
as her.
Okay. Yeah, the
And
same
in
height.
a whole nother category than men taller than her.
Oh.
I don't think this is too surprising, but here's something I think will be. Yes, this is men's height preferences for women. Outside
like
of being
very
reversed,
small.
men
Oh my
prefer
God.
women shorter than themselves.
Also-
men's height preferences for women are nearly identical to women's height preferences for men.
There you go.
Which makes sense when you think about it.
Then why are we only hating on women who are always precising how much taller guys they want? What happened with my English?
Would you want to date a girl 5 inches taller than you?
It takes away the balls from the man. I don't know how to explain it. It's like he's already holding it there. Just get it out, put it out, and give it to her. Like, I don't know. There's something about this that doesn't work. Also, is that a giant? There is no way she's that big compared to him.
Women feel the same way about dating men
Look how
shorter
she's
than them.
standing next to him. That's sad.
Although men and women think similar in regards to height, one thing they don't think similar in regards to is divorce. A commonly thrown around statistic is that women initiate 69% of divorces.
That's so true.
But here's another stat that makes it even crazier. If we look at the percentage of same-sex divorces that are male-male versus female-female, we see that female-female relationships are responsible for 78% of same-sex divorces. Female
Yeah, I remember this one time, this guy who mentioned it. So he's like, with the same sex as well, in the women incident, like with lesbians, they divorce more than gay guys. And when it comes to a man and a woman in a relationship, and like the woman is also initiated. So I guess the problem is with the women. Which is kind of true. It makes sense. When it comes to this, I give you this one.
Female marriages are more common than male ones, though. 55-45 split.
Yeah.
So we have to adjust for this. After we adjust for the differences in relationship commonality, the relative split of same-sex divorces are 69% women, 31% men. Despite men and women not even being involved in each other's relationships, the divorce percentages remain the same.
Yep.
Pretty unbelievable.
Makes
Right.
sense.
The current common hypothesis is this is due to trait neuroticism, which measures one's sensitivity to negative emotions. If you take a random man and woman, the woman will be more sensitive to negative emotion, more neurotic, 62% of the time.
Hey, you're
This is
calling them
why
more
women
crazy.
are commonly seen as more emotional and volatile.
So true,
both
but also like,
subcharacteristic.
come on, it's like out of our control sometimes. Our emotions, our hormones are imbalanced so many days during the month, and if you find us at those days and you start an argument with us, you're doomed. We're doomed. Everybody's doomed in the house. So it's honestly like we're imperfect, and that's who we are. And just once you realize that as a man as well, and you learn how to maneuver around it, and you know how to treat your women, especially on specific days of the time, everything is going to be fine,
Of neuroticism.
I guess.
What this means for divorce, though, is that in 62% of relationships, the woman will feel the problems in the relationship more than the man will, which explains a large portion of this seemingly astonishing statistic. And there you have it. 8 charts that hopefully change the way you see dating and relationships. If you find this kind of stuff interesting, subscribe to my newsletter down below. It's free, with no ads, and I go over concepts and charts like these every Thursday at 9 p.m.
Cool.
So if you find this stuff interesting, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
It's actually a very interesting video. Let's go back to the charts.
Well, which explains both
There we go. So guys, did any of those 8 charts really change the way you look at dating and the interest in dating between women and men? Is there anything groundbreaking here that taught you something today that will change your life? Or is it all like same old, we knew about it? Let me know in the comments down below, because the one thing that I actually learned from this is to, from now on, when I watch these relationship videos, which I react to a lot, is to separate hooking up from actually mating with someone, like dating them for marriage, you know? And that's why a lot of times when we see these women complain about these things, it's relatively women who just want to hook up and they pretend they want something serious, but the things that they are mentioning and they're talking about are not serious at all. And that's what frustrates me so many times. Like, are you really serious, or are you pretending to be serious because you don't want to just say you're there to hook up, because that sounds kind of cheesy, you know? So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want more videos like this and relationship stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Have a wonderful day. Also, check out my Patreon for more content and my other channels on YouTube. And see you next time. I will leave a link in the description down below for everything that I have mentioned. Bye!